Yo, what's up, guys? It's Hex, and welcome back to PGO. This is week 3 of PGO. Um, Obviously, the last 2 weeks I won, and so we're 2-0 going into this game. Um, Again, I'm just gonna do the same format in the last 2 weeks. I talk about the matchup, the team I brought, and then show you the replay. Um, so first glance, you're looking at this team and you're thinking, holy shit, Mega Diancie fucking wins. And honestly, yeah, it fucking does. Um, Rock, ground, fairy coverage decimates this team. Superior is the only thing that isn't O code, which is fucking crazy to think about. Well, Zapdos, especially defensive Zapdos, isn't to a KO'd. Neither is especially defensive Latios, but it's a roll on both actually, which is fucking crazy. And then especially defensive Heatran is not O code by Earth Power, but you know what I mean. The only thing that doesn't take at least fucking 80%, which is really crazy. And then as well, Infernape has a phenomenal time here. Close combat, U-turn, and I guess fire move. Does a good chunk to most of this team. We'll get into the item that I brought in a minute, and as to why I brought it. Um, and then Corviknight is a good to switch into Nidoking, as well as Superior, as well as MP Palm and Rabombi. So this thing is just kind of be a defensive tank. As well with Toxapex, this is just a very, very, very good Rapid Shifu check, as it takes little to nothing from anything it can do. Even with a Thunder Punch, unless it's like a Choice Banded Adam Thunder Punch, is not too KOing. And we're getting a pretty good chip on it with a Roggy Helmet, which is an obvious bring. I don't feel like I need to be like, oh shit, spoiled my set. I thought it was a really obvious bring. Rocky Helmet, Urshifu game. But as well, it's able to scald most of this things. Nothing really wants to switch into a Scald. And yeah, Reuniclus. Um, Reuniclus is a really, really interesting one here. I was going to bring a Calm Mind Iron Defense set, but Mega Sableye, on the off chance that it did come, which I wasn't expecting it to because of Mega Diancie kind of just shutting everything it wants to do. On the off chance that it did come, it would be kind of useless until it went down. And I would rather have an Assault Vested Reuniclus that could switch into Latios, Nidoking, Zapdos, Superior, um, Heatran even, and do a good amount back to them and kind of just disrupt the special offense, as well as it is able to take a Rapid Strike, Surging Strikes, even if actually I don't think that's true, but we don't know. Crocodile, I don't know if I actually brought Crocodile, which is kind of crazy. I don't remember the entire team that I brought, but I don't think I brought Crocodile, although it's really good versus Latias, Heatran, pretty much the defensive side apart from Mega Sableye. I think the reason I didn't bring it was because of Mega Sableye. It was just, if Mega Sableye came, Crocodile was really useless all game, pretty much, because it couldn't get rocks up, it couldn't do any real damage. And it was set up for if it was like a Calm Mind Mega Sableye, and I didn't want the... I know it's a pretty stupid reason not to bring them on. I was going to bring Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, Knockoff Earthquake versus this team. But again, it's also kind of allowing Rabombi to get to +1 if I, because I'm not going to stay in to Stone Edge that unless I'm feeling really crazy or I'm at like full health. And although Corviknight can roll this Rabombi, if it was dead or low, +1 Rabombi can really mess up my team. Um, like Psychic, Moonblast, all that shit. Um, and then for LMAO, I feel like Heatran, Mega Sableye, Superior, all those mons can just kind of switch into it, even Latias, and it kind of makes it less useful in the matchup. I just didn't really feel like it was a reason to come. And then Swallow, I was gonna bring Swallow. I was gonna be like, shit, Swallow actually destroys this fucking offense and this defense really well. You know, just spam Boom Burst. I mean, there's no real switch into that. But Heatran, Spit off Heatran takes genuinely nothing from the Swallow. Even if it's like Specs Modest Boom Burst, it's only doing like 30%. And I was expecting Spit off Heatran to come for a couple reasons. Obviously for Swallow, Other one is for Reuniclus, although it can't really do much to me. And then I guess all's well for Diancie because you live in Earth Power if you're max HP, max def. Pretty sure the roll is 85 to 100, which is a really good roll for you to live. And then I can just use my Diancie. And if you're a Sugarberry, then you take like 50%. And then Lickitung, I felt had a pretty good matchup here. Because Zapdos, Latios, Heatran, Nidoking, not the other Mons, but those four Mons genuinely don't do a lot to Lickitung, and I can wish it off. I can back Earthquake to super effectively hit Heatran and to KO it. Well, it's not doing really anything to me. And then, yeah, then Haunter. I wasn't bringing Haunter. I'm just not right. It actually did have a good matchup because of how both Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave is versus the team. Well, Shadow Ball mainly. I was gonna be like a choice spec set because it does a shit ton of damage. It can really break. But the fact that it's outsped by, Rapid Strike, Latios, Superior, Rabombi, and Bomb, I just didn't want to bring it. I felt like it would force me into more bad situations than it would have forced him into. Um, and yeah, so I didn't bring it. And we'll get into what I did bring. I brought Rock Polish, Mega Anti. This was a really obvious bring. Literally just these three moves and Rock Polish destroy this entire team. I do have to be wary of Aqua Jet from Urshifu, obviously Choco Berries on Heatran and Nidoking, um, as well as, potentially bulkier Superior set, um, all of which could, be pretty scary for this thing. But once, Heatran and Nidoking have taken a fair bit of damage, or even if Heatran is just not Choco Berry, if I see the leftovers, this thing can destroy, and, Superior as well has to be a little bit weakened, but nothing like, doesn't have to be like 12% or anything like that. Reuniclus, I just brought a fall best set with Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and Focus Blast. It was gonna be Psychic, but I just went for Psyshock because um, I don't really know. I felt like it was more than likely most things are gonna be Spadef versus my team because of the Mega Diancie. And even getting like a little bit, 2 or 3% extra chip on things instead of clicking Psychic, clicking Psyshock, it's still nicer than, you know. And then yeah, this thing is very very Spadef. Um, yeah, that's kind of it. And then yeah, that's kind of it for the weird list. This is just recover knockoff slow toxic Gargamit. There's nothing else. I don't really have anything to say about this set. It was setup water for Sableye, but it was always going to be like that. Um, yeah, it's just how Toxic is going to be. Um, and then Corviknight, U-turn, Roost, Defog, Bravebird. Pretty Spadef with a little bit of um, speed. I think that speed was for. I don't actually remember, but it was for something. Um, And then yeah, so this is pretty much my Nidoking switch in, as well as a potential Latias switch in because Mystical Fire. Well, it wasn't even Mirror Armor. I thought it was Mirror Armor for Mystical Fire on Latias, but I guess not. Yeah, just Spadef, Corviknight, completely walls superior even at +6, and Nidoking. And this is clicking Fire Blast is not too keen on me. Um, Even with Flamethrower on a switch in, I don't think it's too keen on me. I don't remember exactly the calcs. This is also good for, obviously Rabombi. And it also doesn't get to a kill by Glaceon. Yeah, this is just a Spadef Corviknight. And then I brought Protective Pads and Fernape because of Static on Zapdos. I feel like Zapdos was the initial switch in to Infernape. Choice Banded Flare Blitz does to a KO, obviously, but, if you're not bringing Sableye, which even I think Sableye is even to make by Banded Flare Blitz. I don't know why I didn't bring Banded. I think it was more so because I didn't want to be, put into 50-50s with Heatran. Uh, I could have went for Life Orb, but I just went for Protective Pads with Stealth Rocks, and then these three moves, I feel like they were the optimal choice. U-turn is pretty good. This is just U-turn. And then Fire Punch is over Flare Blitz was because I didn't want to get Recoil, and because it's still doing the amount I needed to things like Nidoking, and Superior, and Rabombi, all that shit. And Close Combat is just the stab to nuke Heatran, and I guess Glaceon, but Glaceon is probably dead if Fire Punch anyways. And then Stealth Rocks was just like a rocker. feel like rocks are kind of nice in this matchup, but not necessary. Um, because of obviously Sableye. And then Lickitung, I brought Wish, Protect, Earthquake, Heal Bell. This set obviously can't touch Zapdos or Latios at all. But, you know, I can just Wish, and then in the case of Zapdos, I could Wish into Diancie and click a Power Gun and nuke that thing. Well, I already revealed what he brought, but it's okay. That was an accident. In the case of Latios, I can do the same thing, actually. So I wasn't too worried. Obviously, also, as you can see, I brought, like, not much speed at all on Diancie. You'll see later that this Zapdos ends up being faster than me. But yeah. Probably should have brought more speed on Diancie, but I just didn't. I wanted to be modest and click rock polish and do damage. Yeah. So this is what he brought. He brought Zapdos, Urshifu, Heatran, Nidoking, Superior, and Rabombi, leaving off Sableye, Ambipom, and Glaceon, I think. I think there's something else they left off. Latias. Latias was the one that really surprised me. I was expecting potentially a Calm Mind weakness policy or an Agility weakness policy with like Shadow Ball, Psychic, Mystical Fire. I felt like that could be pretty scary. But I get why he didn't bring Latias. Kind of Crocodile, Scarf Crocodile. Or just like, Aura Sphere instead of Mystical Fire. But yeah, Crocodile was kind of scared to Latias as well as Reuniclus. But I feel like that weakness policy set would have done some damage. Like Calm Mind, even just Calm Mind weakness policy because the only thing on my team that outspeeds it is like Scarf Crocodile and Swallow. Um, and Advancey ties it, but if you're like Policy, Calm Mind, Roost, Psychic, or Sphere or some crazy shit, or like Shadow, I did have some Spot Syndrome, but I felt like it was still a good bring. Um, I didn't even bring Crocodile anyways, which is a complete overlook, but yeah. So we'll just get into the match. I played this game like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I don't even remember what I led, but I'm pretty sure I just led with Infernape. Oh, Diancie, okay. That makes sense. He led with this, and I switch out into Reuniclus. I was scared, I didn't want to just lose my Diancie turn 1. Although Earth Power did kill this, I didn't want to lose my Diancie turn 1 to, like a Shuka or a Scarf Nidoking. So I just played it safe, went into this. He did Earth Power, which showed me that he wasn't Life Orb. So me switching out was the correct play. At this point in the game, I thought he was Scarfed. Found out later that he was not. He switches out into Rabombi as I click Knock Off. I get rid of this thing's boots. Focus Sash, I mean. He goes into Zapdos. I think I doubled our Side Shock. Shows that he is not bulky on this thing at all. He's got like 2 HP IEVs or some stupid shit like that. But yeah. He Bruce as I believe I knock off. This thing's Life Orb. Or Heavy Duty Boots. I'm fucking retarded. But yeah. He Hurricanes me, I Side Shock him. He's gotta keep clicking Roost. I go into Dancy here on his Roost turn. And I just put Power Gem, I believe, into the Nidoking. Which was a good play on his end. Or I click Moonblast, I don't remember. One of the two into the Nidoking. Like I said, really good play on his part. But I am chipping this thing down. Reveals that he's not Black Sludge here, which is nice information to have. And I come back and Reuniclus on another Earth. Or he goes into this, okay. I'll bring in the Arctic here as he clicks U-turn. And reveals that I am rocking out and he's not protective pads. Zapdos comes in. I believe I go, yeah, I guess go under Reuniclus. On a Volt Switch. And he was back into Urshifu. I just, go back into Toxic Packs. He goes into Superior. I go into Corviknight. It's just a really big pivoting game. He sees subs, and he glares me here. He glares me here. If I didn't have Heal Bell on Lickitung, this could have been really bad. But I just U-turn in, and then I go into Infernape, and I believe I click U-turn into the Zapdos, right? Yeah. I was like, he's not staying in here. He has no information about what my Infernape says, so I'm just clicking U-turn. And I go into Diancie, and he discharges me, which is a oh shit. Which is a really, 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 really fucking weird play. Because one, if I'm faster, this thing fucking dies. And two, why the fuck would you stay in anyways? Even if I'm not faster, you're still losing your Zapdos, and if you paralyze me, which he does get the para, um, I have Heal Bell. So that, just to me, that was a really, really fucking weird ass play. I have no fucking clue why you make that play, but he goes into Nidoking, and I just go into Lickitung here. I want to click Heal Bell ASAP. He gets a Toxic Spike up, and then I believe I wish here. Um, and then I click Earthquake, I believe. Yeah. So I do. He eats a Sugar Berry, which is really funny because this was definitely for Mega Diancie, but he eats a Sugar Berry and doesn't have it anymore. And so that means that this thing can kill whatever it wants to. I got all the health back. I'm pretty sure I wish again here instead of just switching out raw. Yeah, I wish, and I'm pretty sure I wish it into Toxapex. Yeah. I could have went into Corviknight there, but I was really just not wanting to lose my Corviknight. And here I go into Corviknight. He goes into this. I go into Lickitung. He Magma Storms. And as you see, there's nothing, and he knows I have Earthquake, which I'm thinking he's gonna switch out into Superior. But I just click Earthquake anyways because he's Taunt, and I wish. Then we're in a bad spot. He Leaf Storms, and I wish. And then I believe here I Protect, and then I go into Corviknight, and then I just click Play with Bird. Oh shit, yeah, forgot to say that. Okay. So here he Leaf Storms, but he's not Contrary. He's not Contrary. He loses his special attack, um, which I think it was a misplay on his. I am not a misplay, like a misprep on his part. I think he meant for that to happen. And my dog is barking, which is really annoying. But yeah, he's not Contrary, which is like fucking funny as shit. So I just click Protect here, alright? Yeah, just be safe. Um, and this thing comes in. I believe I just go into Corviknight on a Stun 4 or Bug Buzz. Here I U-turn, or no, I might have just Brave Bird. I'm pretty sure I U-turn the Heatran. Yeah, and then I go into Infernape, and I think I just clicked Close Combat. Oh, I clicked up Rocks. I clicked Earth Power. So this probably means that he's Chople Berry, but I just click Combat anyways because I don't actually need Infernape in this game. Um, I don't need it. I'm seeing my win condition is probably Corviknight or Diancie. Corviknight is actually a win condition here because once Heatran's dead, these three Mons cannot touch me, and Urshifu can, but I still have a Toxapex in the back. So yeah, I just sack this thing for damage, but he misses a Magma Storm. Oh my god, I keep playing no set. Fucking hell. I was at like turn 26 or something, right? Something like that, okay. So that was really bad. It was really bad. He says it doesn't really matter that much, which I kind of agree with, but at the same time, it means that he loses differential. So I think it is kind of important. Yeah, I think that was really unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm not sure why he clicked Magma Storm instead of just clicking Earth Power. There's no way that I was switching Corviknight into Heatran, or Toxapex for that matter. I mean, yeah, obviously not. He was clicking Earth Power. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't just click Earth Power. When I thought I answered for some odd reason at that turn as well, I also would have just been able to claim a kill. But instead, I end up claiming this thing with my Infernape, and I U-turn here. So Infernape gets another kill on the board, and I go into Diancie because I want to just pressure, I mean not pressure, but keep Heatran from coming in. Heatran is the scariest Mon on the field right now. Well, not on the field, but in the game right now, to me. Because my Lickitung is chipped, and he has Earth Power, and his last move is probably, well, not last move, but one of the moves is probably Taunt. So Toxapex cannot beat Heatran. Um, this thing is weakened, but I'd have to, I'd have to like sack him on and then bring in Infernape to kill that Heatran. Um, this thing is not scary at all. It's not contrary. This thing is not scary at all. I have a full health Corviknight as well as a Toxapex. Um, I just want to keep the Infernape from coming in, and I think the Mon. Well, I guess this thing kind of kills the Heatran anyways, but um, yeah. Yeah. So this thing was the best way to cover both Rabombi and Infernape, and if he goes into Superior, like I said, I have this thing, and if he goes into this, I have Foxpex. So this game is pretty much just over. There's no way that he can win. And get a kill with a Heatran if he brings it in on something like Corviknight. But yeah, he cannot win this game at all now. This thing, since he's not protective pads, he can't beat Toxapex with Urshifu. Maybe if he was sub bulk up protective pad, something like that. He could have pulled this game off with like an Aqua Jet, sub, bulk up, Surging Strikes. Actually, that sounds kind of scary, but I may like Thunder Punch or Dark Specs. Actually, sounds really fucking scary if you brought something like that. Holy shit. Um, but yeah, he doesn't have that. So this game is solidified. I said I'm just winning. Like you can't beat this. I go and talk to Pex. He U-turns out into I believe is the Heatran. Yeah, and I'm just going to click Scald. He Earth Powers is 44. I Scald. I do 22. I don't do KO. So here I go into Uniclus, and then I believe I click Shadow Ball or Focus Blast. He has Dark Pulse. That's 21. I flinch, and he does this, and I miss a Focus Blast. So again, he clicks Dark Pulse, and I hit the Focus Blast this time, so this thing's dead. And I'm pretty sure he goes into, yeah, he goes into a Bombi, so I go into Corviknight. And here, I could claim 3 kills, but I only end up not doing that because I don't want to accidentally kill my fucking Corviknight and lose differential. I kill this thing with the Brave Bird. I gotta kill there for sure. There's nothing that's switching into a Brave Bird. He goes into Urshifu, and I go into Toxapex, and he's just, yeah, he's just gonna get this thing gradually killed to Toxapex, and he just clicks combat again. I'm pretty sure I click recover. Oh, I took Toxic. It doesn't really matter. Toxic was more so just because Superior could have come in there. But yeah, I recover here. I know that for sure. Um, and then when Superior comes in, I go into Corviknight, Brave Bird, and then the game is over. So GG to Reyan. I think I think the turn that I actually won was when Zapdos died, actually, because without Zapdos, he really, really, really struggles against the Toxapex Corviknight core. Um, like, this thing could not beat Toxapex. This thing struggled versus Toxapex, but it could beat it. Although I did have Infernape and Lickitung. This thing could not touch Lickitung or Corviknight. This thing could not touch Corviknight, and this thing couldn't touch Corviknight. I think Zapdos was, more important than he thought in this game, so sacking it there was, like, a really, really big mistake. Um, and then as well, I think could have maybe won from that point. But I think that's the turn that really, turned the tides in my favor because he didn't know I had Heal Ball on Lickitung. If I didn't, and Diancie was just paralyzed all game, it maybe would have sucked. Although I didn't even bring Diancie in after that turn, so who really knows? Um, this is week 3 of PGO. I'm now 3-0 plus 10 differential, which is nice. The 6-0 this week was really, really nice because I was 2-0 plus 4, which is really bad differential, but having a 6-0 this week brought that up a good amount. So GG's to Reyan. And next week I play Ainscrad, which I'm kind of scared about because that matchup does not look good for me. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next week with that game. And yeah, GG's to Reyan. Goodbye.